হয়ে গেছে। Okay, so we are discussing about this environment of MATLAB. So this thing you will better understand when you will use them. Unless you use MATLAB by yourself, it is not very clear to get acquainted with this environment. So whatever is important is to use this help navigator. So if you click on the help, here you will get this help in menu and toolbar. So when you will learn some basic idea about MATLAB is available to you. You learn how to use control MATLAB in this MATLAB environment. Then you start your work, and whenever you will get some error message, something, anything, you use help. This help, and then this part is another window will open. Okay, from this help. There you have the option of writing your question here itself. In the help navigator, you will get some help on that. Okay, right. Now, you see when we will be using MATLAB, we have to use some variable, whatever it may be. Whether we are using MATLAB as a calculator or we are using it as a uh, programming code development environment, or create a code, or to use MATLAB as calculator, we need variables. A equal to 2, B equal to 3, something like that. So this A, B, C, etc., they are variables. But the name of the variable, how to define a variable, there are certain rules that you know in Fortran you see there are certain basic rules in any language. Okay. In Bengali there are say 12 Sorovarnas, some 28 or how many Bengali Varnas are there? More than 30. Yeah. That is the truth. Anyway, I do not know. Rather, I know that there are 26 alphabets in English. See the situation. So anyway, so those are known as the uh, syntax of the language. So see what is there in MATLAB. In MATLAB variable must start with letter. It can be uppercase or lowercase, but note that if you use RAM as a variable with R capital and you use RAM as a variable with R in lowercase, so that RAM and RAM they are not identical because MATLAB distinguishes uppercase and lowercase. Those two will become two different variables. But there are some language where a variable name can be in uppercase or be in lowercase. Like in email also. If your user name, you type in capital or in lower, uppercase or lowercase, it will accept. So it is not case sensitive that way. But MATLAB is case sensitive. This is what you must keep in mind. Okay, and then a variable name, it can contain only letters, uppercase, lowercase, and numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And is only one particular special symbol, which is underscore. This is how you can name a variable, but you cannot start with a number or with underscore. So your variable can be RAM1, RAM underscore 1, RAM underscore 3, whatever. But not 1 and then something. Anyway, I do not know whether nowadays there are so many versions of MATLAB. Yearly there are one or two versions. Actually, they produce two versions in each year. 2018 AB. Now 2020 there are AB or something. I do not know what is the latest one. Hmm. Whatever you have to check, I think this is the rule. Still valid. Now these are the contents of MATLAB environment. What is there? Basically, to start with, there is command line. You have seen command line. To greater than arrow is command line. And in command line, if you type something, it will execute. Like in Windows, there is a command line. We used it. Earlier days, there was DOS operating system. Everything was text based, and to do it in command window. Still, it is available within Windows. You can make use of that. The command window you can open. So it is like that. This is the starting point. And whatever commands you are using there, you can store in a mat file, or if you like to use a previous session of your MATLAB, you can load a mat file also. So existing environment can be stored, it can be loaded. If you develop your own code, those are M files. Program files are M files, environment are mat files. Everything is possible. You can load it, you can edit M file in MATLAB editor, and then you can save it. Okay. So what is M file? It is basically some MATLAB comments. Okay. And some other functions that can be there. So that way we develop a program M file. So M files, they generate a function. These are known as user-defined functions. There are many inbuilt functions within MATLAB. So those are library functions in MATLAB. Now everything or every software has an input-output capability. In MATLAB, you have both text and graphics output or input and output capability. Everything is possible. Data storage and loading, this is basically file input-output system. File output system. So here you see some examples are there, x, y, etc., etc. What will happen in that case? We have defined some variable x, theta1, theta2. Then we have assigned y equal to x. And then, so up to this point, what will happen? Right? X equal to 3, why this x equal to 4? I do not know what happened. This should be 3. The output should be 3. MATLAB variable that will be generated in MATLAB environment will have a variable x and its current value would be 3. By the way, oh no, this is okay because this x equal to 4, after that, say up to this point we have executed. So this value of x is now overwritten. Okay, it is overwritten and the value of 3 is now changed, it has become 4, so x is now 4. And what is this semicolon? Semicolon suppresses output. If you simply type x equal to 3 in MATLAB command line, you will get an output x equal to 3. Okay. Finally, you have typed this thing, it will generate these outputs in the screen. See, there is a difference. This is our defined value of Theta, this is the inbuilt value of pi. So pi is an inbuilt variable. There are some more inbuilt variables. Let's see. Y equal to x. What is the value of y now? 3. And after this, the display is suppressed. Okay. But in the environment, the variable x has the current value 4. This I can show you. We can go within MATLAB and you can see these things happen. Huh? Should we show this thing and show what else is there? Other toolboxes, file IO, array, everything. These are MATLAB data types. Okay. Whatever is there. I'm not going to discuss that. Let us go there in MATLAB. Where is MATLAB? No? Oh, somehow we open MATLAB, right? Now somehow it get closed. So let us issue some comment in MATLAB and see what happens. How to create an array or a matrix, that is also what we'll see. So the first one, what was there? X equal to 3. Enter. Oh, x equal to 3. You got the output. Now, you see this is our environment, workspace. Variable is created, x, its value is 3. Now, what we'll do here, y equal to x. So, what does it mean? Another variable is generated, y, its value is 3. Next is x equal to 4. I am suppressing the output, so I have to put semicolon. Clear? Enter. There is no output. But you see, the value of x, okay, within the MATLAB, in the MATLAB environment, the current value of x is 4. Over here. Okay, we have seen another example, right? Let us define x and y as two array. Although we have not discussed it, let us see how to define it. Just a minute. হ্যালো, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ বলুন। হুম 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 চেক দেব। হ্যাঁ 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 আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে। So what I have done, I have created an array X. What is the content? 1 and 2. Two elements. 1 into 2. One row, two column. Here I have created another variable y. Actually x and y was already there. So variable was already there. Their value is only changed. So y is also another array. Element is 3 and 4. As the dimensions are matching, I can produce another variable z. I can make it x plus y. Or simply I can add it without assigning to any other variable. If I add them x plus y, what I will get? This is a new array. 1 and 3 is 4, 2 and 4 is 6. So that way I can also write, you see, this is the command line history. How I have started it. Here you see there is a arrow, the upper arrow or top arrow towards upward direction. It will give you this command line history. Use bottom direction arrow, it will go. And then from here, I can select any previous command. Actually, it was x plus y. Already it was there, so I am using it. I have not typed x plus y. I have taken it from command window. Here I am putting z equal to x plus y. So now z is 4 and 6. And in this particular command, I have not assigned this output x plus y to anything. It was an open sort of statement. So in such cases, this MATLAB uses a variable answer. The answer means this is the output. So that way, if I now use x star y, that is also possible. What is the output of that? Hmm? What will happen now? Hmm. This is matrix multiplication now. What will happen? 1 into 2 into 2 into 1 into 2. It is not possible, right? Hmm. So, but I can use x minus y, right? That is possible. So here you will see answer will change. So it is now answer. Answer has changed. Answer has become minus 2 minus 2. Okay. Whatever, this is some of the idea of it. Now, okay, there are so many examples. Gradually, I will show you. But there was that example I have already specified. C is A plus B. It is that thing. Hmm. And you can write Fortran code here in MATLAB also. Okay. Creating a code, basically new thing. If there is a existing code, I have to open it. For example, I can open it. This is our program. So you won't understand this thing right now. I am not using it. Rather, what I can do is let me clear this screen. It is CLC, I think. Okay. CLC is clear screen. So let us make a new function. New function. Okay. We have to give a name. If there is nothing, or you can give a name to it. Say its name is out. So its name is test2, right? So there are some list of arguments. Let us not use any argument. It is blank. It is blank. This can be blank also. Whatever. Hmm. No, I have to give a name to the function. Let us give it a name. Oh, name of the function is this test2. Okay, I have to call it by using test2. So right now there is nothing as such. And what I will do to this, you see this percentage symbol is basically comment. Whatever you write after this percentage symbol, that is a comment. Let us use it to create a matrix. Okay, clear. So what we can do here, let us give the number of row and number of column here. Is this possible? See, m comma n, clear. So when we'll call this, we have to call this test function with two numbers, say 2 comma 3, 2 comma 2, whatever. Now let me do it the way it is done in Fortran or in C. It was there in our earlier example. They use do, and in MATLAB we have for. Okay, for I equal to 1 colon m. Hmm. Then again I am using another for and say this is j. So what is this I and j? They are subscripted variables for the matrix which is out 1 to n, right? M is number of row, n is number of column. So let us define now this out. This is equal to say I plus j. Okay. Let us suppress the output. Semicolon. So what now? There are two for statement. I have to end it. So this first for is ended. Another end, if I use, see, this for is ended here. And this particular end, this is end of the function, which you can see by this. You click here, you will get the corresponding notation here. Okay. You click here, you will get the corresponding end of the function here. This end, it corresponds to this form. This end corresponds to this form. Okay. Okay. Is also not needed. And then I have to save it. Okay. The first thing is I have to save it. Where I will save. So let us save it on desktop. Its name has to be test2.m. It is automatic because the function name is test2. Okay. The code is saved as test2.m. Okay. So function is generated. I can run it, or I can run from this window. I can run it by clicking this. This run. Run. Add to path. So as within environment, desktop is not in the path. I have to make use of it. Line 3 not enough input argument. Right, that is true. So what I have to do here, I have to call this function test2 with two dimension, right? Say 2 comma 2. Clear? What will happen? Oh, actually it is test2. Okay. I'm sorry. Why output is 4? Because this out is a scalar here as per definition. I have to make it matrix. So here I have to put it subscript I comma j. Okay. Clear? Now I have to save it. Let me run it once again. It will give error. Why this is error? Because if you call it without the arguments, it cannot run. It requires same and equal. But here I can run it. Test 2 comma. Okay. That is clear? 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 3, 2 plus 1, 3. Okay. And similarly, when it is, this is 2 and this is 1, 2 plus 1 is 3, then 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay. So, this is how we used to generate the matrix in our C or Fortran. The same thing we can do here. That provision is here. And there is a shortcut way also. This answer. Let me define x like this. I have created array previously. You remember by using this bracket. Okay. Let it be like this. 1 comma. Sorry. What is the value? 2 comma 3. Then I will terminate this row. Termination is by uh, the semicolon. Okay. Then next row is 3 comma 4. Okay. Now this is the end of the matrix. What does it mean? You see here. 2 comma 3. Okay. This is the element of the first row. Now this 3 comma 4. This is element of the next row, second row. So what will happen? This answer and this x, they will be identical. Same thing will happen. This again. Okay, understand? You can go there and see. 1, 2, 3. This was answer, and this is our x. So these are some elementary things. We'll gradually learn how to make use of MATLAB. There are so many features. We'll see gradually. Some of them we'll use for our stress and deformation. The basic idea you must have seen by this time. Okay. So let us stop here. The pi is an available variable within MATLAB environment. There are some predefined variables. Pi is one such. There are many others. Okay, so let us stop today. Okay, so then this.